If you're like me and you're a believer that never truly understood fasting, then I encourage you to keep listening because I too did not understand fasting. I didn't understand why we do it. I did not understand why Jesus teaches us to do it. I don't understand why he did it himself. It truly did not make sense to me. I truly thought it was kind of an extreme act. It was a religious act. It wasn't really something that would truly bring me spiritually close to God. And this is not to say that I did not try it. I tried it on multiple occasions. I understood that it was taught in sermons. I understood that Jesus taught it. I understood that it was in the Bible, the benefit of fasting. And so I did. And it never helped me at all. I just felt hungry all day and it didn't quite click for me. If that's how you feel now, then I encourage you to listen for the rest of the message I have to say. Because something changed in me the last time I chose to fast. Because the last time I chose to fast, I had a different mentality and I took a different approach that allowed me to truly gain all there was to gain spiritually and grow closer to God through the act of fasting. You see, if you just fast and you don't know why you do it and you don't understand the value in it, then it just becomes you not eating. And that's what I had been doing, and that's why it did not make sense to me. But one day, a few months ago, I was walking the beach. And mind you, I do not habitually walk the beach. I was temporarily living in Florida, and I was walking the beach only because I was so far from God that I thought, let me try to get close to him by walking in nature and asking him for guidance. And I did that for 2 days. The first day, as I was walking, the word fasting came into my mind. This was not something that I had talked about previously or that was previously mentioned to me, so it was obviously God putting it on my mind. Yet I still ignored it. I thought, that's not for me. It doesn't work for me. I'm not in the right place. I'm not in the right state of mind. I had excuses after excuses of why I'm not doing it. And then the second day of walking on the beach, and I was crying for help. I was praying, Lord, please help me grow closer with you. Lord, I have bitterness, I have resentment, I have anger, I am not in a good place. I feel distant from you. Help me. Let me hear you. Let me feel close to you. And again, fasting came up. But this time I said, you know what, Lord, I'm going to listen. The next day, I tried fasting. But I tried something a little bit different. I tried something that was taught to me a while back that I had never actually implemented. The first thing I did during my fast was purposefully think of God every single time my body told me I was hungry. Because, see, during a fast, you're inherently hungry. And the more hungry you get, the more your body is going to remind you in an attempt to tell you to feed the body. And our mind has a reflex to listen to the body and not the soul. So when you purposely think of God every single time your body says that you're hungry during a fast, then you are choosing to feed the soul instead of feed the body. You are choosing to feed your spirit instead of feed the body. And what it does is it quickly creates a habit in you to deny flesh and instead choose spirit. Choose God. Because that's not our natural reflex. Our natural reflex is to give our body what it wants when it wants it. Our natural reflex is to give to the flesh. And so when you are fasting, you are practicing denying flesh. But if you just deny flesh, that's not enough. When you're denying flesh, you have to acknowledge, I am denying you, and in this act, I am also going to take the time to acknowledge God and feed my spirit and soul. Because if you're just hungry and choose not to eat, you're just teaching yourself not to eat when you're hungry. You're just teaching yourself a little bit of self-control being able to fast. But if you look past that and say, no, I'm not just teaching myself not to eat, I'm teaching myself to deny flesh, something will change. And I say something will change because that's what happened to me. I am not someone who is extremely knowledgeable. I am not someone who's been doing this for 20 years. I am not someone who says, hey, this is what you need to do. I am someone who probably is just like you, learning faith, loving faith, and trying to figure out how to implement it daily. And this was something that happened to me just with a slight shift in my mentality during fasting. When I went out of my way to tell myself, hey, God, I love you and I'm grateful for you. Every single time my body said it was hungry, I found myself saying, hey God, I love you and I'm grateful for you. Hundreds of times throughout the day, more than I would ever do on a normal day, because I was fasting, so I was hungry all day. And therefore, every single time I said that when I was hungry, I was saying it consistently. So what happened is I quickly became extremely present with God and extremely understanding that I have the control and ability to deny my flesh and take control of my mind and dictate what gets fed, my body or my soul. But that's not even it. I need you to keep listening to what happened to me that really made me realize that fasting can truly shift you in more ways than one, and that fasting is integral in your journey in faith. In this season, I had become selfish. I had become very self-absorbed, and I consistently was having a lot of stress that I was not doing enough work, that I was not doing the things that I needed to do as a provider, because I was in a transition from my old job into a new season of work. At this exact same time, my wife was seeking more time from me. She was seeking more help from the kids. And I was consistently fighting her, saying, no, I need to work. I need to work. I was ignoring her call as my wife to say, hey, I know what I need to be provided for. And right now, the provision is not money. The provision is time and support and love. But I ignored her. I was being self-absorbed and I kept choosing me every time. I kept saying, I need to do this, I need to do this. And I would watch her struggle with the kids and not even think about it and just think, well, that's her duty. I need to go do my duty, which is work. That day that I was fasting, I was denying my flesh. And I thought I was just denying it of hunger until my wife walked in and I could tell she was exhausted. And I immediately thought, well, I was about to go into the office and do some work, so that's a bummer that she's exhausted, but there's nothing I can do about it. But then without even thinking, I denied my flesh. I said, my wife needs me. I can take 5 minutes to ask her how she's doing, make her a snack, make her some coffee, choose my wife first and me second. I can take 5 minutes to serve someone else instead of myself. And I did it. And then throughout the day, I kept catching myself. I kept catching myself wanting to respond to my body by giving myself what I wanted, to feed my stress, to feed what I wanted to do. I kept stopping and saying, wait, wait, wait. Is that serving others or is that serving you? Is that what your wife needs or is that what you need? And all day, I found myself being a better husband and a better father. And at the end of the day, I realized when I was denying my flesh literally of food, I was able to deny it of other things too. I was able to deny my flesh and its whisper in my ear of selfish intent. Because my mind was in the habit of identifying my flesh, my body, and Satan whispering in my ear, telling me what I should do, and denying it, it didn't just stop at food. It didn't just stop at feeding my flesh food, but feeding my flesh all the things that I have a habit of feeding it. And so when you fast, it's not just about denying your flesh in just food. It's not about just the physical denial of giving your flesh what it needs, giving your body what it needs. It's about growing close to God and learning to discern whether it is your flesh or Satan or selfish intent that is pushing you to make a decision, or it is godly servant focus intent that is causing you to make a decision. And when you're able to discern it, when you see that it is selfish intent, you can quickly deny it and choose servant focused, God driven actions. So no, fasting is not about just not eating. If that's all you do and that's only how you receive it, then that's exactly what will happen and you will have no spiritual gain. And that's what has happened to me every other time I have tried to fast. But when you understand that you are denying the flesh to feed the spirit, to feed the soul, you will have exponential growth in your ability to discern godly action versus earthly, fleshly action. And you will be able to take the fleshly action, identify it, sever it, deny it, and choose godly action. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you can take this and go out and try fasting. This is not me as an expert telling you that this is what I've always done. This is me, just a man who is trying to grow closer to God, saying, hey guys, I had an epiphany. I had this moment that God taught me how to truly fast, and I want to share that with you because it was truly phenomenally helpful for me, and I hope it can be helpful for you. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. All we do all day is talk about faith, God, and how we can implement it into our daily lives. We are for the believer that wants to implement faith into their daily life, but struggles, that feels pulled thin, that feels unworthy, and that feels like it's difficult to do it. We're here to encourage, to guide, and to walk that journey with you. Thank you.